Hey there everyone, this is John. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. It's had a good day today and back to work. Tonight we're going to be ripping this 1990 score baseball, looking for that Bo Jackson iconic bat and shoulder pads card in black and white. Graded, they are worth quite a bit of money. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot to get out of this score, but we will see what we can do. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe, and if you can leave a comment and hit that like button, it's all free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps out the channel. Let's see if we can get this in there. There we go. There we go. All right. Looks a little bit better. Looks a little bit better. Well, let's get busy. Let's get ripping. See what we can find. We'll make a mess, but we should have some fun. Pack number one. Oh, we got a Barry Bonds. Wow. We'll take Barry. PD, Bush, Mitch Williams. Mitch Williams is the one that said he pitched like his hair was on fire. There's a Ricky Henderson. Weatherby, Musselman, Belliard, Schroeder, Armas, Jim Gantner, Pat Austin, Stan Belinda, and Blankenship. As you can see, the rookies were not a whole lot to talk about. This will probably be a little bit longer, but it'll be worth it if we hit one of the bows. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll see if I can't just fly through these. There's Will Clark, Will the Thrill. A lot of you may not remember a lot of these names. Moises Alou, Billy Bates, Scotty Coolball. But this is later in the era when I first really got into collecting and doing a lot of traveling and selling. There's a Bo Jackson, not the one we want, but it's a Bo. Well, I can remember a lot. Hojo. Hojo was a huge name. I lived in Jackson, Mississippi, and he played for the Jackson Mets. So I got to see him coming up. It was a lot of fun down in Jackson, Mississippi. Hot, but it's hot everywhere now, so. Here. There's a Frank Thomas rookie. I forgot about Frankie. We'll take that. These little things used to aggravate me to no end, and now they're aggravating me to no end again. Jose Rijo was a good pitcher for the Reds for a while. Mel Hall, oh, tragic things happened to Mel Hall. Brought him on himself, but still tragic. Back then you hated to see those rising stars lose it to the fame and the fortune. And Tommy Bernansky, Andre Dawson, the Hawk, Wade Boggs, another Hall of Famer. I do like this one, Lights Out. I remember that game actually when the lights all went out. Jeff Blauser. Billy Duran was a good middle infielder. Gary Carter, shame he passed away. Horton, Heeman, and Hal Morse. Hal Morse was a pretty decent hitter. One of those ones like John Olerud, if you remember him. A lot of contact, but not a lot of pop. Vance Law, Flanagan, Omar Vizquel, probably one of the best shortstop next to Ozzie Smith I've ever seen. Felix Fermin, Tartabull, another Ricky Henderson. Bear, Matt Williams was a good player. A lot of pop. Good manager too. Well, now there we go. This is what Score was known for. All right, Why couldn't they do that with the 2 bows? Don't know. Sid Bream, Mike Davis, John Smiley. A pack with no rookies. I hope you all are having a good time with this, and if you stick with me, I'm hoping I hit a bow or 2, so everyone gets a chance to see them being pulled. Rob Dibble was one of the mean guys out of the Reds bullpen that was so nasty back in the day, and there was their ace on the mound. Greg Maddux, Hall of Famer, one of the best pitchers I've ever witnessed. I think that guy could throw a quarter into a slot machine from 60 feet 6 inches. He was just so accurate. Didn't throw hard, but man, could he hit the corners, and fun to watch. Fun to watch. Brady Anderson, 50 home run Brady Anderson. Then he got popped for roids. There's a Doc Gooden. Paul Coleman. There's another Lefferts. Hammond, Larry Walker, Hall of Famer. Forgot about him. I forget about a lot of things anymore, but more so on who's in what releases. So much has come out. Back in the day, it was one release, and everybody, not only were they collecting the rookies, but they were collecting everyone to complete their set. Dave Magadan, another guy that hit a bunch, but really couldn't hit with power. For first baseman, that didn't go well. Kevin Apier, Tommy Green. If anyone's watching this and they get a chance to look up what the Bo Jackson with the bat and shoulder pads is going for, I would appreciate it. Alan Trammell, Hall of Famer. Andreas Thomas, good shortstop. Gene Larkin. Omar Vizquel again. Thought he was going to make the Hall of Fame, but he ran into some personal issues that raised red flags, so doesn't look like we're going to see him in the Hall of Fame. Shame too, because he could really throw the leather. Whoop, sorry about that if I bumped you. I need to get a stabilizer because I am really bump happy. Tommy B, Oquendo, Brown, Lodequist, Doyle Alexander, later involved in a trade with the Braves that started their run in '91. Another Greg Maddux. Sammy Sosa. Too bad about the roids and the loaded bat with Sosa. Ojeda, Martinez. There's Brady, 50 home run Brady, 1 year. Then it was gone. Charles Nagy was a decent pitcher for a while, and there's another Larry Walker. Mailer, Vance Law, Flanagan was a decent pitcher. Willed through. Dennis Oil Can Boyd. I remember watching him. He was one of those little guys that threw hard and had nasty stuff. I think he just wore out and broke down over the years. Come on, Bo. Where are you? Come on, Bobo. So far, no bows. We are 0 for half of the box. That's the way score ran back in the day. You either got a bunch of them, well, when I say a bunch, multiples, or, yo, I ruined that too. Getting that stupid middle card out of there. There we go. There we go. Little bit heavy, top to bottom, right to left, but that's a pretty nice addition of bow with the bat. Bow. Well, we did get one, so hopefully we get more. And hopefully some of them are better centered than this bow. But glad to get one. Too bad it won't gem, but Zane Smith, Terrell, there's Bobby Witt. That's his daddy. Brian Harper, Sean Dunson, Greg Walker, Willie McGee, one of the fastest men I've ever seen. Scotty Cooper, there is the guy that they said was going to be the next Mike Schmidt. Ton of home runs and played third like his hair was on fire or like crazy and never could put it together. But there's a nice Ryan Sandberg, Hall of Famer. It's a shame that his cancer has returned. All right, come on, give us some more bows. All right, I'm not gonna do that again with the middle one. Terry Steinbach. That was one of the main cogs in that. There's George Brett in that. Julio Franco was playing until his late 40s, maybe even 50. Could always hit. Dave Island, Rick Rona, Jay Bell. Anyway, I was saying about Steinbach. He was with Mark McGuire and Walt Weiss and Jose Canseco in that group coming up back in the day. They were good. Smith and Jody Davis, and not a bow. Oda B. McDowell was supposed to be the first 40-40 man, but never made it. Mark Grace could hit a ton, but not a lot of pop. Come on, Bo. You were kind to us once. Let's have another bow. Lights out and candlestick. Maybe we're going back around again and we will find another bow here shortly. There's John Smoltz. That was part of that Atlanta Braves rotation with Smoltz, Glavine, Maddox, and Steve Avery. Vaughn Hayes, Edgar Martinez. Oh, there's another Mike Scott. Didn't want to see him. Want to see the Stan Belinda, Blankenship, and Fisher. Let me know if you guys like content like this. I have lots of this junk wax era, which is becoming very popular right now. There's Nolan Ryan highlights. Fans number 5,000. Lloyd McClendon, another manager. John Orton, Hemond, and Hal Morse again. Whoopsie. Got a little anxious there, didn't I? Yeah, I hope you all like this kind of content. I'd like to have like a throwback Thursday or something where we do something like this maybe once a week or once a month, just for the fun of it. This is Scott Bryant. As you can see, just like the early years, they didn't have the metrics that they use now to draft. It was just watching a kid, and if you caught him on a really good day, you might have him ranked real high, and if not, he might be undraftable. Who knows? The way they used to do it back in the day. Rhino. Jim Eisenreich, it was a shame about him too. He had Tourette's really bad, and that kind of ruined his progression. Oh, this is a flash down memory lane for sure. This was in my heyday of watching this baseball on the tube, as many channels as I could flip to back and forth when we had a remote. John Olerud and Marquise Grissom, two decent players as well. About 2/3 of the way through the box. Would like to hit one more. Would be nice. That's not going to be it, but the Nolan Ryan is nice as well. That one's centered really well. Cal Daniels, Harold Baines, Hall of Famer. Ken Griffey Sr. He had a nice swing too. Nothing like Junior, but he had a nice swing. There's a Barry Bonds. I think that's our second Barry Bonds. Kirby Puckett, Hall of Famer, and a shame about him too. Greg Jeffries was with that Mets club down at Jackson. Mookie Wilson was too. They had a powerhouse team down in Jackson for a while. We're getting to the bottom, folks. Whoa! That one probably had the bow when I just threw him. Dewey. Rob Dibble. The Nasty Boys. Dave Stewart, and I'm not sure who that is. I don't remember. Stewart and Mike Moore. Yeah, Terry Mulholland. Dave Parker. It is a shame about the Cobra passing away not too long ago. And there's second year Ken Griffey Jr. That's nice. Too bad we don't have more of his too. We are 3/4 of the way done and only one bow. And a lot of my talking probably boring you all to death, and if so, I do apologize. Just a good time in my life. I remember so well a lot of this going on, and was a lot of fun. I had a really young little son, and he was all into it as well. Come on, Bo, where are you? Big Cat, Barry Larkin, Hall of Famer. Pascual Perez and the Jerry Curl. Kevin Mitchell, good player. Alright, come on, there's 7 packs left. Please give us another bow. Carney, Mark Langston. I believe he had a little bit of off the field issues as well. There's another Greg Maddux, Johnny Olerud, Marquise Grissom, and Mike Stanton. Six packs. Big Cat, Dave Henderson, Robin Yount, Hall of Famer. Here's when the A's won. Ramon Martinez, the big little brother, Pedro. Didn't quite throw like Pedro though. 5 packs, 1 bow. Steve Hosey, I remember him as a really up-and-comer. A lot of people grabbed that rookie card as fast as they could. Four packs, 1 bow. Bip used to be one of my favorite names. Bip Rod. There's Edgar. Ricky. That's a repeat. Kirk Gibson. Johnny Kruk, one of my favorite funny players. Brett Saberhagen, Kevin Brown. Well, 3 packs, 1 bow. Not what we wanted, but maybe we get lucky in these last 3 packs. Will the Thrill, Ozzie Smith. There's a Bo Jackson. Ricky Henderson. Doesn't look like we're getting one out of this one. Sammy Sosa. Andy Bennis. 2 packs left and 1 bow. Come on, be good to me. Be good to us. They stuck around for 23 minutes. Give us 1 more bow. Oh. Ron Darling was another one of those Mets. Hojo. A lot of doubles. Doubles on, I think, almost everything except for our bow. And that's not a bow. Maybe it'll be a Frankie. Nope, Brett May. Well, there you have it, folks. Sorry about that. There's a Greg Maddux again. But we did get 1 bow. And I'm happy we got the 1 bow. Little bit off center, but it's a nice one. So if you stuck around this long, I thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the content. Sorry we couldn't pull more than 1, but we did pull 1, so that's better than 0. Please, if you haven't done it so far, please subscribe, like, and comment. And with the comments, that enters you into our giveaways every month. Every time we hit a milestone like 50, 100, 250, etc., we give away a mega box or a blaster or a hanger or something unopened. So please, it's absolutely free to you. Join in and have some fun with us. Thank you very much for joining, and see you soon.